Okay, we're back. This has been marinating about a half an hour. I'm going to set the blackened salmon aside because we'll work on that in a minute. I'm going to wash my hands again because it's always important to be very clean when you're handling food. And this is a very simple recipe. So basically what I've done is I've marinated this salmon, and you saw me take it out of the package. I marinated it in a teriyaki marinade, and it has ginger and all that, so it's very flavorful, so I really don't need to do anything else. I'm going to put parchment paper on my baking sheet. Now you could use any baking sheet, any baking pan at home. I like the parchment paper because then I don't have to worry about cleaning it, and I can just throw it away. And I'm going to put my salmon on the baking sheet. Okay? Now, once you use this marinade, you don't want to use it for anything else. It has to be thrown away if you don't use it in your on your recipe. I'm going to bake this for about 10 minutes, and then I want to take it out and I want to broil it for about a minute. So the broiling part will kind of caramelize the top. Okay, so my oven is preheated to 400 degrees, and we're going to stick it in there in the middle of the oven, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're back. It's been 10 minutes. So we're going to check this and see how it's doing, and then we're going to broil it for a minute. First, we're going to check it. Taking my fork and knife and seeing if it flakes. Now look at that. See how it's flaking? By the fact that it's flaking, that it is now pretty much done. I'm going to broil it for a couple minutes, just enough to kind of seal the top so that the flavor, okay? So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to turn my oven off. I am going to pull out my burner, my rack, and I'm going to put it higher up so the pan will be higher. And I'm going to turn on this upper element, okay? That's called broiling. Hi guys, I'm going to start now working on the next salmon recipe that we did. The first one we did, we used this wonderful ginger teriyaki, and this one we're going to use Mr. Magic, Chef Paul Bourdon. And this is the beginning of the fame for Cajun food. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to, this is the only pan I have that fits this induction cooker, so we're going to have to work with it. But the first thing I did, if you remember earlier, I put a rub on the salmon. So we're going to have blackened salmon, and we're going to add a little bit of butter to the blackened salmon. Now, whole tablespoons in the pan to get it going. Remember, you always have a hot pan before you put any food in it, any chicken or steak or whatever. And the reason why is because the pan gets hot and it makes the molecules move around and space out so they don't grab the food that you're trying to cook, okay? And let it start to melt. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Lots of butter. Butter is the secret, or at least the way I do it here. And now I'm going to go get my fish. And you can tell it's done when it starts to flake. So it's almost been 3 minutes, and this is medium high, and you can tell it's pretty hot. Lots of butter. If we baked it, it's about 10 minutes to bake, so it's frying a little faster because you're putting the more intense heat on it. In a few minutes, we're just going to now turn it, pick it up, turn it over. The skin is nice and brown. Oh, look at that. That is the blackening spices and the brown butter. And look how it's starting to flake. Let's just check the middle. And I probably wouldn't do this if I was serving it in a Yes, it is done. We gotta turn it off and put it on a plate. Some of that. Okay, there is your blackened salmon. I'm sorry that I kind of broke it up there. You can see how it flakes. See how it's flaky? And we're gonna taste it. Very good. Either one of those could be served with a salad, some rice, you know, some lighter side dishes because the flavor is very good. Okay, I hope you try it.